Hey fellas, as a disclaimer, this video contains spoilers not only for Future Connected, but also the main game, so if you haven't finished either, don't watch. Okay, thanks, love you. As you might be aware, the best game humanity has ever thought to create just got remade. Now, I haven't touched the main story yet. I ran through the original a week before the launch of Definitive Edition, and that's because I just don't think he's too good. I'm sure I don't have to explain to anyone what my feelings on Xenoblade 1 are, and if I do, you know, it's pretty good. There's really only one other Xenoblade game that comes even close in quality to the original for me. And that game technically isn't even Xenoblade 2. Instead, it's the Torna DLC. I like Xenoblade 2. I think it's a really good game, but when you pitch the battle system to someone, that being a human and a living weapon giving each other power side by side, they think of Torna's battle system. And then you gotta correct them. No, idiot. No, stupid. The weapon doesn't actually fight. They just give you energy particles. This is fucking second grade science. And here's my big boy opinion on 2. While it has a deep and complex battle system, learning it isn't very fun. But if you're really able to sort of click with Xenoblade 2, and that's your favorite game, that's completely respectable. I can send you some ass shots of me as Pyra. I'll do it. DM me on Twitter. I'll do it. I just think that the 20 or so hours of content that Torna provides over it absolutely blows 2 out of the water. I think the thing holding back Torna the most is the story doesn't go very far, and you're pretty much required to play 2 to understand it at all, so if you bought it separately, sorry idiot, there's not much I can do. But the gameplay, I'm confident in saying it's the series' best to date. It's just so engaging and fast-paced and fun with very little wasted space, but being just an expansion, it is limited at the end of the day. I might cover it in more detail later, whatever month I decide to upload in next, but you get the idea. Xenoblade 1 good, Torna good, so when you get the promises of a Torna-like expansion for Xenoblade 1, you get lied to because it sucks. It's bad. Of course, this is all my opinion that you just have to accept because there is no place in a YouTube video where you can bring the discussion further. Anyways, here's why Future Connected bad. Chapter 1. The battle system. I'm not talking like this, you kidding me? Well, Torna was Xenoblade 2's battle system, but in my opinion, better Future Connected battle system is 1's, but objectively worse. The playable roster has been cut in half, with Nene and Kino filling in for Ryan and Charla. They are literally the same characters, but not Pon, so that's a pretty big downgrade already. The 2 characters we have left, though, presents a pretty bad problem. It's almost universally agreed upon that the Shulk AI is pretty subpar, and the Melia AI is actually worthless. So how your party situation will generally look is a developed, well-thought-out character and 2 goddamn beanie babies. Good thing the party is the only thing they crazy glued Napons onto to make it work. Wait a second. What are these guys doing here, and can they leave? These are the Pawn Specters. They're the replacements for the chain attack. Once you collect one of each type, you're able to do a bunch of damage and choose from more damage, healing, or debuffing the enemy. It's just disappointing as it removes a lot of the tactical choice that Xenoblade 1 thrived on. Apparently you're able to get multiple of these in a row, which I only got once. Maybe I need to play more. I only played for 13 hours, which was also my 100% run. I realize it's unfair to criticize the length of this story when it was just an excuse to be like, well, hey guys, we put Biona's shoulder back in the game. Pretty cool, right? No. But you know, it's unfair being a gamer, so I'm gonna do it anyways. I'd estimate the main campaign is 6 hours, which that's just not enough time. Again, referring to Torna, I don't have the hard numbers, hard evidence, but I think it was something like twice the length if you were just going through the story. And it was something like 4 times the length for 100% quest run, which of course I did here. I gotta get all the pretty outfits after all. But the thing is, that was mostly new content as well. This is just more Xenoblade, but completely divided from the rest of the game entirely. And if this extra 6 to 10 hours of content was just kinda crazy glued onto the end, it would have been great. I would have liked it better that way. But unfortunately, that's not the case, and the story suffers for it. So in case you don't understand yet, Xenoblade is my favorite game, period. It's probably a top 3 game series for me, and that must mean I'm a devoted gamer and commit hard to my studies and side quests. Nope. Not really. I just play the main campaign, whatever side quests I have fun with, and move on with my life while making Shulk fan cams. So while being a super big fan of the game, I guess I'm not a super fan, if that makes sense. That being said, who are these people? I had to look up who the goddamn Teal'c was, and apparently he just gave you some generic side quests, yet Shulk and Melia are like, hey, that's my favorite guy. It's the Teal'c. Don't worry, I know who Tyree is. That's fine. Also, this Kelkador guy is the worst. He's set up to be a main antagonist while the Fog King is just sort of a force of nature. Despite that, he's only fought once, twice if you do a side quest, and he sucks. And he's bad. And through this, the Fog King remains a mysterious force of nature where he stays forever. He just sucks. And then this extra story just serves to get Melia closure and nothing else. That all being said, I would rather have this extra story than not. No characters were really ruined from this story, no harm was done, and it proves to me one thing. They relearned how voice direction even works.
Let's clear a path.
To be blunt, the last 2 full games had really bad voice direction. Xenoblade X has an all-star cast and sounds like this.
Oh, Tatsu finally free!
And Xenoblade 2 was a bit more experimental with the casting, but I don't blame the actors because there's no way someone with any direction who knew this animation was happening would deliver it like
Damn it!
that. To close it off like my dad would, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
The future is safe. Finally.
It is.